let's talk about how to solve quadratic equations by factoring. The only way to solve equations with an x squared in them, at least the only way we know right now, is by factoring. Remember that factoring means you want to turn it into parentheses like this. I'll explain how this helps us as I solve the first one. Essentially what you're going to do is find the two numbers that multiply to the last number and add to the middle one. So, two numbers that multiply to 24, like 1 times 24, 2 times 12, 3 times 8, or 4 times 6. If you don't know what goes into 24, grab a calculator and do 24 divided by 1, 24 divided by 2, 24 divided by 3, 24 divided by 4, 24 divided by 5, and then you're back at 6, which is already on your list. Then I want to pick the two that add to 11 in the middle, which is going to be 3 plus 8 is 11. So my factors are x plus 3 and x plus 8. And then the whole thing still equals 0. The reason why factoring helps us is because these are technically getting multiplied. And if we're going to multiply and equal 0, then either this parentheses has to equal 0 or this parentheses has to equal 0. So the question you have to ask yourself is, what number for x plus 3 is going to equal 0? Negative 3. And what number for x plus 8 is going to give you 0? Negative 8. It's always going to be the opposites like that. Now, I'm not going to do the problem next to this one because it also has two positives. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and skip down all the way to the third one down because it multiplies to negative 6 and adds to the number in the middle, which is 1. So if you don't see a number in front of x, it's always a 1. Now, what multiplies to negative 6? Let's start with just 6. 1 times 6 or 2 times 3. That's it. Then you have to decide if the sign in the middle is positive, you want your bigger number to be positive. If the sign in the middle is negative, you want your middle or your bigger number to be negative. So since it's positive, I want my bigger number to stay positive and the other one to be the negative. Otherwise, it won't multiply to negative 6. Then I need to decide which one adds to 1. Well, negative 2 plus 3 is 1. So x minus 2 and x plus 3 are my two parentheses. And then I just ask myself, what number minus 2 equals 0? 2. What number plus 3 will equal 0? Negative 3. And those are your two answers. Any equation that has an x squared in it will have two answers.